We got a PO172 code on the Dodge truck there, 2000 Dodge Ram 4x4. So PO172 equals fuel system too rich bank 1. So straight off, that's a single exhaust system, so that's your bank 1 system. If it was dual exhaust, bank 1 would be the side with the number 1 spark plug, bank 2 would be the opposite. Initially I had targeted the oxygen sensor, and I didn't like the reading on it, so I changed that out. But in speaking with a friend, he told me that very rarely does an oxygen sensor go bad. Whenever it does come up on a code, most people like me change it just because it's easy. But he says the oxygen sensor is telling you that there's a problem up ahead. It's at the end of the system telling you there's a problem up ahead and somewhere up front. And he says that in his experience that a lot of times what it ends up being is that the engine is too cold, and so it's saying that it wants more fuel. So he says that's coming from the coolant sensor. If the coolant sensor is faulty and it's given a false reading saying that the engine is cold, then the computer is going to be adding more fuel, right, causing that problem. So I guess we're gonna take a look at this and see what the issue is here. And when you look at the kegger, so this is the kegger off of the top of the engine there, your temperature sensor is going to be right here. And people say that the reason that it'll go bad is because the location of it, maybe you'll get some antifreeze or something spill into your connection here at some point or something like that, and that's going to compromise your connection. So you can either have that sensor right here or it can be over here. So those are the two locations, factory locations for your temperature sensor. This will be either flow to or return from the heater core. So this is where we're going to be changing our thermostat, and I'm going to check and see, because I don't know what the thermostat is. Maybe the thermostat's too cold too. That could be an issue, right? So we're going to check them both. Got a couple over here. So this got me once before. If you could see the way that this arm is on this one, and then take a look here and see the difference in those two. So this one on this side is more tapered, and this one kind of sticks out there. Well, I changed one of these one time, and I go to put it in. Now it's not as extreme as in this case here, but basically it was really close, right? So I had to it was close, but it didn't seat all the way, so I had to push it down. And when I pushed it down, that bent these arms here, which compromised the bottom of the thermostat, and then it didn't operate properly. And I ended up having to change it again. So that's just a note out there. Take a look, make sure that it's going in properly and it's not tight in any way, and it should be good. Second to that is you've got this little relief. So you got a little relief button here, there on this one, on the inside, and you've got the same style right here on the outside on this one. And so that relief is just in case the thermostat gets stuck, you'll still have some flow coming through there. It's kind of like an emergency overflow device. Some people they like that option, so it might save you from overheating your engine in some cases. And here's one without it. This one doesn't have any overflow device in there, but what people will do is they can go and they can drill a hole with like a 1/8 hole or something like that to achieve the same purpose, basically. Another quick and easy thing for thermostats is, like in this case, obviously these two look like they're used. This one may not be used, doesn't look like it's been installed before. But if you got a used one and you want to check it, well, you could probably check both of them before, new or used. You could get broken new stuff too. Check it before you put it in. So what I got going on here in the shop is I just got this stainless steel cup, put some water in there, get the torch going, get this thing boiling hot, and then drop that in there, and then you're gonna see this spring. and it's going to open up the thermostat, and that's how you check to make sure that it's working properly. You don't got that, I don't know, maybe wife will let you go into the kitchen and do this into one of the pots on the stove and check it that way. And then you know when you've installed it, you've checked it, it's good, it's working properly. Sometimes what happens is this when it opens up, it's crooked or something and it doesn't open up all the way, or there's something wrong with it and it just doesn't open. Just took the truck for a test drive to get our initial reading for the temp gauge, and then we'll change that sensor and we'll see what kind of difference we get. Right now this is the reading after the truck's been warmed up. I'm thinking that maybe we want it a little higher than that. First, remove the thermostat to see what our temperature is to start with, so then we can get an idea if our gauge is reading correct. And when we check our thermostat, we're at 180F. Looks like the temp gauge is right here, right beside this this hose, heater hose. So while I'm in here, I'll likely change that too, just so I don't have to come back and do it because I got the part. And I think what we'll do is we're gonna upgrade to a 195 thermostat, try and get some more temperature out of the engine, and alleviate that cold issue. Here we are after taking another test drive, after changing the thermostat and the coolant sensor. And we got that temperature back up to the middle where we kind of want it. I think it was too low before. I think that's also going to help with that issue of reading the engine being too cold, possibly causing that rich condition for the oxygen sensor.